Today I would like to present about employment pattern, poverty, and income inequality. As we know, the service sector has dominated Malaysian employment in 2019, which around 62.7% of the labor force working in that sector. The industrial sector held 27% of workers, close to the year average. Agriculture employment was down to below 10.3%, a decrease from 2007 that was absorbed by the service.
Good morning, Doctor. My name is Kavin Sharvisega with the matrix number 211220540, and today I'll be presenting my part on income inequality and poverty. Now, with regards to income distribution by decile, a majority of households experience a decline in income, whereby many households from high income decile group shifted to lower income group in 2020. There was an addition of 12.4% of households with income less than 2,500 ringgit. Meanwhile, 20% of households from the M40 group with income between 4,850 ringgit and 10,959 ringgit has moved to the P40 group. Households in the T20 group were also affected by COVID-19 pandemic, where 12.8% of this group has shifted to the M40 group. As the percentage decrease in income for B40 and M40 households was larger than 120 household groups, the income distribution for B40 and M40 declined to 159% and 36.9%, respectively. Meanwhile, 120 group owned 472% of income, increased by 0.4 percentage points from 2019. Now, chart 3, we can see that the incidence of absolute poverty by state Malaysia 2019 and 2020. Based on the study, the number of poor households increased to 639.8 thousand households in 2020 as compared to 405.4 thousand households in 2019. The incidence of absolute poverty also increased from 5.6% in 2019 to 8.4%. Meanwhile, the incidence of hardcore poverty is estimated to increase from 0.4% in 2019 to 1.0%, which involves 78,000 households. The incidence of absolute poverty by state shows that Sabah recorded the highest percentage of 25.3%. Kelantan recorded a significant increase in poverty by 8.8 percentage points to 21.2% from 12.4% in 2019, followed by Terengganu by 5.9 percentage points to 12.0% from 6.1% in 2019. The chart on the bottom left shows percentage of households experiencing a decline in income. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. My name is Daniel Tawikat from 21A, and my matrix number is 211222349. And I'll be presenting the issue that we face in Malaysia, and it will be the employment patterns. The employment patterns refers to the number of labor forces in each economic sector of a country. The current issue faced by our country now is the change of employment patterns. Originally, Malaysia is a country that focused on the mining and quarrying sector as well as the agriculture sector. But until today, following to the globalization of the era, our country is slowly swapping into the manufacturing and servicing sector. There will be pros and cons of the change in an employment pattern. The pros will be preventing a country from being too dependent in a certain economic sector for its performance, while the cons will be a continuous drop in a certain economic sector will lead to unemployment in that particular sector. That's all from me. Thank you.
Doctor. My name is Sim Zetong from class 21A, and my metric number is 211220662. For my part, I would like to present the discussion, solution, and recommendation of income inequality and poverty. Nowadays, Malaysians are strongly believe that the income gap is growing. For most people, they feel the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. There is a reason that lead to the issue occur, that is the income difference among Malaysian people. Every person income are not same and paid by based on their education and professional skill. Lastly, There are 3 solutions and recommendations that will reduce income inequality in Malaysia. The first is increase the level of education for Malaysian people. The second is government should increase taxes on high-income people, which categories in M40 and T20. And lastly is focus on village development policies. Thank you.
Chun Wei from 21A. My metric number is 211-220-497. Today, I would like to discuss about the solution and the recommendation of employment pattern issue. So the issue I would like to talk about today is change of employment structure. So there are 3 reasons of change of employment issue. The first reason is the population in the farming area is decreased. The population in farming area in 2009 is 836,911 people, but decreased to 776,004,706 people in 2017. So the population farming area are moved to the city area due to the more job opportunity at city area. So there are less the people who are involved in the agriculture is decreased. The second reason is the income of work in the agriculture sector is low and the work is very tough. The youth nowadays are more people working in the office and the econ environment. So, and another thing is the average income of farming works is 1,408 per month, but the average income of manufacturing sector is 4,500 per month. The third reason of the change of employment issue is the technique of agriculture become modern and technological. So the AgriTech program is launched in Malaysia, which is digitalization and technological agriculture sector. This will help reduce the cost of employment and reduce the rate of employment. So there are 3 solutions and recommendation of this issue. The first solution is government can give the grant for the agriculture or other sector, so the company can cover the cost of employment, and this will increase the income of employment and increase the rate of employment at the same time. Second solution is promote the job opportunity on social media and also university, which is more on agriculture. For example, University Putra Malaysia UPM is focused on agriculture, and they will offer some course about agriculture like agribusiness and agronomy. So this will correction the misconception of youth nowadays, like they have to work under the sun and the work is very difficult. And the third solution is diversify the agriculture. The traditional agriculture is more complex and difficult, but the advancement of technology allow the agriculture more diversification and build more job opportunity for the youth, and the rate of employment will increase also. That's all for me. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. My name is Lai Ting, and my matrix number is 211-220-548. Employment pattern, poverty, and income inequity have been always highlighted in Malaysia. The government can cooperate with various agencies, whether it is to solve the problem of inequity or to carry out social expenditure. It is not enough to rely on their effort. It is hoped that international organizations, academia, national authorities, civic society, and the private sector can work together to strengthen social expenditure policy and lay a foundation for achieving sustainable development goals. Through the above method, we can solve the employment pattern, poverty, and income inequity faced by Malaysia.